Runway released a new video-to-video feature in their latest Runway Gen3 model, which is a completely new thing in the current world of AI. It actually lets you transform existing videos into a completely new style. In this video, I will quickly show you how you can use the new feature. Following that, I will show you some great examples, how you can use it for your own projects and get some inspirations from it. Alright, and now to actually use the feature, it's really easy. We go to get started and then we can drag and drop an image or video in here. And either you can just drag and drop it, or we can select from our asset library. I would just quickly select it from the asset library. So actually you can just upload it in here, or if you have already done that, then you will see it popping up over here. And I would just basically click on the video that I want to transform, and I will see here on my input videos where I already used them and imported them. So I will just double click this one here, then you see it will pop up over here, and then it will actually lead us again to the video player. We can also here describe the style of our video, and we can also see the video guide and examples. But for this one, I will just use here a 2D animation style, and let's say also maybe Disney style. And then only thing we need to do is then we go here on the little button here over the settings, make sure, which is really important, that we here remove the watermark, so we are not left with a watermark by Runway, which will otherwise be stamped on your generated video where we change the style. So make sure to disable this one. And we can also have here a slider for structure transformation. So what this means is the higher the value, the more creative it will get with the footage. And otherwise, if you want to be on the safe side that it will have all those nice cars and stuff on the side, we will leave it at the default. But for this example, I would turn it up a notch, maybe something like this, and then it will take that into consideration to add a bit more stylized video. Here we have a fixed seat, which is also nice when you have multiple shots, and copy it over also to your other shots. You have a consistent style between all those videos, and then we can hit generate over here and see what we get. And this is actually our result, which I think is really great. I mean, as you can see, it kept all those nice shapes that we also had before. And when we see it side by side, we actually see really nice what it transformed and what is new now. It even does some nice reflections over here on the side. Yeah, I think it's doing a really interesting job, and you can use it for your projects to really turn your shot footage that you shot yourself or took from other projects and then transform it for some nice mock-ups, or use it for inspiration how it actually can look for art films or stuff like this, which I think is a really great way. Let's actually look also at some other really interesting examples from users that already use this tool and played around with it. Here, for example, someone prompted before that a car in a warehouse, and then use it to create different styles of this car. And it's not only like, let's say, a style reference where it's only transforming the style, it's also changing the model and using the consistency, which I think is really great, because it's really keeping the position and everything, which is super great. Even adding here like snow effects, you know, so that it's snowing, and using it in different environments. So I think this is really great, and how you can use it in so many different ways now. This is, by the way, from the user Nicholas Neubert. Here's another example by the user John Finger. He did a really nice test actually, where he was walking through the street and used it as a first-person shooter kind of thing, like first-person view, which is also how many ways you have to get creative with it. And you see it really looks like a first-person game, I would say, which is super nice and is really interesting. So you can also use it for like game trailers and brainstorm how your game could look in the end. Here, actually, as a last example I found, it's from Elias Artista, and he did a really nice thing and was like, why not turning all my footage into a clay kind of style, which I think is also really interesting. It looks a bit like this animation we sometimes see with this clay style applied, which I think is great. And we can actually see here everything works nicely with the transformed footage, and it's also keeping this consistent style, which I think is great and can work really nice also for a short movie, maybe if you want to explore different styles on one short film itself, which I think is a really cool way. Let's say, for example, here it's driving through the street and is keeping all those textures also consistent, which I think is a really crucial part. There are also still, as always, some current limitations with it that you guys have to know. As you might have heard already, Runway is not the cheapest option that is out there for sure. For like 5-second video to video generations, you pay around 50 credits, which is kind of a lot, because for 1000 credits, it's around $10. So keep that in mind. Also, as well, for 10 seconds you pay 100 credits, so it gets quite pricey after a while, so just keep that in mind when you use it. Also, we are still limited to a resolution 1280 times 720 pixels, so it's not full HD at the moment in time, and you would need another additional upscaler to really max out the potential here. But I think it's a great starting point, and just keep that in mind when you use it. This was a quick overview, all you need to know about the video to video workflow in Runway Gen 3 at the moment in time. In case you're interested to learn more about how you can transform also your images into 3D models actually, and use that for your own creative projects or short films, make sure to check out my latest video about 3D AI Studio, where I show you a proven way how you can transform a 2D image generated from Midjourney, take it into the software 3D AI Studio, generate your own 3D character with it, and then use it in Maxamo to animate it, and then how you can then animate it in Blender, for example, or put it into Blender and then render it there. So definitely check that out if you're interested. It should pop up over here or here. Otherwise, as always, if you have liked this video, then make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so I can keep doing what I'm doing, and actually see you on the next video.